Hello and welcome to another MCO market update on Solana. As you can see, Solana has reacted nicely in April to the 161.8 extension, which is normally the theoretical. It's not really the maximum, but yeah, it's a decent extension. Let's call it like that for a C wave. And as you might remember from previous updates, the yellow scenario is still preferred. So still looking for a rally potentially to $360 plus. I mentioned that in videos again and again, and also on our main channel, MCO Global, where we cover more in-depth, more long-term content. I called out this target already weeks ago, maybe even months ago. So that's still unchanged. I mean, I could be wrong about that, but at the moment I see nothing that would make me change my opinion about it. Yeah. So there's no change there. And I've added already in the last few days here this roadmap for potentially higher prices in yellow wave 5. So we're tracking there a potential 5-wave move up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We still seem to be in wave 1. I mean, that's at the moment the thesis. That doesn't mean a wave 2 has to happen now. It just means it's due, technically. But doesn't mean the market has to start a pullback. If you watched previous videos, then you know that I'm watching the Bitcoin chart closely because Bitcoin and Solana are correlating very nicely. Not all altcoins are correlating with Bitcoin, but Bitcoin and Solana have been correlating in this cycle really, really well. So as long as Bitcoin is still pushing, that there is no evidence at this point that, for example, a wave 2 pullback, some kind of a pullback has started. So all we need to do at this point is to adjust, let's say, micro support levels that we are tracking really on the smallest time frames. And this view here is just showing you the macro picture, right? So we need to be aware that in the yellow scenario, this is definitely something I'm tracking. 5-wave move up in what would be wave 5 of 1, and then a subsequent pullback should take us into a bear market, because this would be a 5-wave move from the 2022 lows. So would be complete, right? Now, in the white scenario, we've already completed this. This is the alternative perspective, also a likely scenario that all 5 waves are completed already, but it's not the preferred interpretation at this point. But I can tell you when it will become the primary count, that's when we will get any break of support in this here from the resistance area, and also when we get any 5-wave move down, because that shouldn't really be there. We shouldn't really get a larger 5-wave move down. That would be a big that would be a big warning. Okay, so at the moment, as long as pullbacks remain corrective, which means forming a higher low on the micro level, those would be 3-wave movements to the downside, so-called corrective pullbacks. The focus can be on higher prices. Whether that is a more extended B wave in the white scenario, definitely plausible, as long as we are still below $230.91 resistance, or whether that's something more bullish, we'll have to see. For me, I explained it. Yes, yellow count is preferred, but really the high probability element is the rally into resistance. Anything above is kind of nice to have, I think, That's my view. How you manage that obviously depends on your portfolio, risk profile, risk tolerance, trading skills, and much more. Let's take a look at the smaller time frame for Solana. And here you can see an unchanged picture. The price is still pushing higher in wave 1, which is not a surprise given that Bitcoin is also still pushing higher. I think in yesterday's video I explained to you we could easily get one more high because the pullback is corrective and we're holding above support, even though I called it weak support. It still takes a break below $138 for a first indication of a top. Now I think we can remove that support area, and I will highlight this as the nearest key level, as a signal level that needs to be broken to the downside to indicate a top is in. So that is the level located at $145.50. So as long as the market holds above that level, we could still watch for higher prices. I mean, I'm already really at the smallest wave degree, but I'd really like to give you an idea of my view of the nano structure. I mean, that's why I said one more high could happen, especially given we had only a 3-wave move down. So I would say it's plausible to say that we're dealing with this. So we could now be in a 5th wave, like Bitcoin, right? A 5th wave, of some kind of a C wave. That's what Bitcoin is doing likely as well. And I already shared yesterday with you the next upside levels to watch. I mean, this is now a very full C wave as well. Still, very full. Okay, I mean, that 5th wave might go a little higher. $161.82. But we are basically in that target area. So should we at any point now get a decisive break below 145.50, then this could be the beginning of the wave 2. And all we need to do is to adjust support for wave 2. Okay, I've done that already. $106 to $129.60. So the situation hasn't really changed, but it's about understanding what is next resistance. $161.82. We are already in a target area for wave 5. Any break below that last swing low could be an indication we've started wave 2. That would be further confirmed with a break below this swing low that happened before, around $134, right? That would be a further confirmation. That's the update on Solana. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure to follow us on X. You'll find the link in the description. I've also pinned it in the comments. I'll be there for another hour after this video maybe to answer questions. So if you have any questions, post them below one of the recent updates for Bitcoin and Sui. And happy to answer questions. And yeah, just a great way to connect. And then we also, obviously on the weekend, we run our Sunday member live stream, which is also another great way to connect with each other. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.